Orientation is love. Oh, okay. Rotate the device back. I don't know what this is saying. What is it that you're talking about now? I don't know what this is saying that for. Good night, my darling, but this is saying something about orientation is locked. Rotate device back. I don't know what that is. Is that it? No? This is not going good. I don't know what that is. Let me leave and come back. I don't know what it is. Something's not going right. Can anybody see me or hear me? Because this is saying orientation is locked and I don't know what that is. Can everybody hear me and see me? All right, that's good. Is everything all right with the live? Are you having any difficulties? Because it looks like I am bound to have difficulties with these things. Yeah? Good night, everybody. All right, then I will pay this no attention at all. So how is everybody doing? Everybody great? Let's see if we can get through some serious matters, but also have some fun while we do it. Because you know we're not going to do it unless we're going to be having fun doing it. And we have quite a few things that we want to get through tonight, so let me just say if we can heal up some people first. Doing fine, yeah, Hi Electra, good to see you. Everything okay, everything on top of it, everything copacetic. So we have a few things. Is the visual good? Because for some reason it seemed a little funny to me. Yeah, laughter is a part of our life. The life isn't a good life unless you are laughing and having some fun. So we're going to start now and we're going to see if we can put some things together. So we have a huge lineup tonight. Huge lineup apart from the Resistance Tour, and there is a whole host of other things that I want to get through tonight. And you all know me. Sometimes some things are not topical at the moment, but whenever I set my live, I come with a particular view to discuss some particular things, and as a result of that, no matter what, I am sticking to those things. So I want to start by, first of all, expressing to the great Usain Bolt our condolences to him on the passing of his father. There's nothing to say except that the father is your father, and I know how much Bolt relied on his father for advice on being a man and being a father and all of that. But he is in a better place now, you're saying? So you should be relieved and know that God is God and only Him will know what He's doing. And your father is in no pain now. He is quite fine now. And nothing can change that. I hope you will not take it, well, let me not hope that you don't take it as hard. Take it as hard as you want, grieve as long as you want, whichever way you want. And know that he's gone. You are the man of the house, so you have to take care of your mommy and your sister and everybody else. And remember your father with fondness. You're a fortunate young man because at least you had a father. So you're very fortunate. And so I am truly sorry to hear that. I'm glad your mother is well and she's fine, and take care of her because we don't want nothing to her not right now. Alright? So accept that, Bolt. We're not in a war with you, telling you that. Last Friday, the esteemed and wonderful Valerie Robertson, QC, and she and I joke about the QC when King Charles became king, because she was wondering if she could still keep our QC instead of the KC. Because the QC's, Queen Elizabeth II was, iconic. You don't want to change it. So we used to joke about it. I always tell her that I want to talk to King Charles for her about her keeping our QC. So last Friday, the final part of her journey, the final part near her journey, was the service of Thanksgiving for her life and her legacy and all that she will leave behind. For those present, it was a poignant but joyful celebration of a life that was well lived, a selfless life of Valerie Robertson. Her children, they were awesome in their tribute to their mother. They were awesome. Dr. Peter Phillips opened the tribute, and of course Dr. Phillips and Valerie were very close friends. Apart from Peter, she served and ran as a candidate for the People's National Party while Dr. Phillips was party leader in 2020. And apart from the political thing, they were very close socially, and they rely on each other for advice and discussions, and they were. And Dr. Phillips's tribute to Valerie was on spot and well received by the audience at the St. Andrew Parish Church. I saw KD he came by. A lot of authentic PMP was there, but the great Arnold Joseph Nicholson, AJ Nicholson, the last PMP MP for this constituency, West Central St. Andrew. I saw AJ at the funeral. I've not seen AJ for ages, looking well, laughing and giggling like he always does. When he saw me and I saw him doing the usual thing, hey, and we had a good time greeting each other. And it was so nice to see AJ. So very nice to see AJ. AJ is looking great. We had a nice conversation. So his was a star appearance at Valerie's service of Thanksgiving. And I want to shout out AJ because I came back home and I told everybody in Jerusalem that I saw you. And they saw the pictures that we took, some of the pictures. We took a lot of pictures, me and AJ. And everybody that saw the picture, AJ, if you're watching, which I suspect you are, everybody that saw the picture of you and I, Samakan, Binns Road, over Dust, Seaward Drive, down a bottom Jerusalem, upper top Jerusalem, Edley Avenue, Labour Rights, PNP. I told them that I'm going to give you a big shout out on the live tonight. And their response to that was, tell AJ me say, heal up, or give AJ that message for me. And I can't give you the message, Comrade AJ, from all of these people because people are vexed and you know it go. But I want to tell you, AJ, that there's this one woman, I hope your wife not watching, there's this one woman down in Balcom Drive who called me and said, Karen, you have to tell AJ, me love him to my heart and my soul, and I will never stop loving him. Now, When I ask her, who will tell him, say that? Him say, just tell him, say, I'm wife. So, him consequence wife. So, AJ, I hope you don't get in trouble. But your constituency wife, and the whole Balcom Drive know who your constituency wife is. She said to heal you up, and she love you to her heart and her soul. And she will never stop loving you. And I suspect you know who that is. So once again, a big up to our last PMP Member of Parliament for West Central, St. Andrew, who would have gone on to serve longer if Paul Burke never initiated his early retirement. There's always something with the Burkes. Nothing happened unless, nothing bad happened unless they have something to do with it. So that was it. And the people of Jerusalem want to tell you, AJ, that West Central, St. Andrew said, I love you. Well, I don't get no call from anybody, Civ Right and Olympic, but certainly Mullines Gardens want to tell that they love you and they miss you, and I'm glad to see that you're looking well and you're walking around. I don't know, maybe some people think you couldn't walk anymore, but you're walking around and everything looking great. There were quite a few PMP people at Valerie's Thanksgiving service. But the most disappointing thing about Valerie's, AJ, I saw Julian Robinson, he was sitting over to my right, to my far right. And I saw Fitz Jackson. We saw Fitz Jackson outside when we were going inside, Princess and I. And a lot of authentic PMP was there. The strange thing, however, about Valerie's Thanksgiving service is that there wasn't a lot of risers. Matter of fact, I didn't see one. Not one of the risers that came to Valerie's Thanksgiving service. And I know Valerie was a woman of class, and she might not know nothing with Mark, but she would never say she don't want him at her funeral. She would never say that. But she don't know with him, she don't like him, but she would never say she don't want him to come. And she would never leave any such instructions as Princess think, of course, that maybe she leave instructions that she don't want Mark there. But even if she did, Valerie was a councillor, and she ran the West Portland seat for the People's National Party in 2020. And up to the time of her service of Thanksgiving, Mark Golding is still the leader of the PMP, Rise United inside the PMP. And one would think that he would have turned up, don't even have to have a speaking role in it, but out of some kind of obligation as the leader of the party that this stalwart was a member of. You'd have turn up and you'd have sit there in the pew and take in the thing. One of the greatest thing about being a leader is being able from time to time to establish a little bit of humility. And what a portrait of humility that would have been if Mark Golding had just shown up and sat in one of those pews and just there to support Valerie's family and friends. But he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't show up. Him no Valerie never not with him. He couldn't show up. He couldn't rise above that and just show up. And he could not have sent your wife or somebody. Your wife, I mean, Sandra would have been a good representation if you had said, as the leader of the party, that Sandra go on to Valerie Anita Roberts as one powerful woman to the other, go on to the funeral. But Mark Golding didn't show up. And none of the risers them didn't show up either. All of them stayed away because they know that Valerie never liked them. And clearly, even in death, their responsibility as leaders of the party couldn't them hatred and them dislike for authentic PNP couldn't surpass that. They couldn't surpass that, so them couldn't get over that. So them had to stay in them corner and gripe and whinge and whine about how Valerie never liked Mark and all of that. But that's the only conclusion I can draw as to why this man wouldn't show up at Valerie Anita Roberts. The entire legal fraternity in Jamaica was there. Anybody that was not there that called themselves liars, not liar. But every one of them was there. And you who call yourself a lawyer, the leader of the party who call yourself a lawyer, and you did not show up either. Now, I mean, That just goes beyond the pale, and it is baffling to me. So even Valerie did say that she don't want you there, you still show up and show that you're a big man and you're the leader and you can show up. But you couldn't because you don't have no concern and no respect for nobody but you damn say you don't care about you. You don't care about anybody else, and so you couldn't show up. There's this thing showing on my screen and I don't know if it's affecting anything. It is saying that the orientation is locked and I must rotate the device back. I don't know. Should I do that? Let me try that thing and see what I want. Oh, I see. But this not going to work. It's not going to work at all. Let me put it back. So, I don't know. That is how it is. So we'll just go on with it as that. So that's that for okay, I did. I put it back. See, I put it back. for Valerie Thanksgiving service. And it was indeed kind of disappointing for me. I looked around. Michelle was outside, so Michelle never come on a funeral. Michelle just come to stay outside and find out what I want and see who I want to come in and all of that. Me and Princess went into the funeral. And Raymond, I saw Raymond when the service was over. We saw Raymond. Julian, as I said, was there. I don't know who else was there. But, as I said, the leader of the PNP did not see fit to show up. He couldn't show up because Peter Phillips was there. And Peter Phillips was going to outshine him. And he can't stand that because he was a local puny man who can't stand that kind of power play with Peter Phillips. So him decides him not show up. Now we don't reach today to the resistance tour yet. But before we reach on to the tour, I want to give some big up to some people that we met on the tour. And it's important to do the big up them early, so I have to do the shout outs them. So I want to start out with the Braze River crew. And I'll soon tell you about all of that when we reach that part. I want to give a big shout out to Alan, original authentic PNP. Alan, run the bar there right in Braves River Square. Alan, big up yourself. I want to big up Al-Marie. But I don't know Al-Marie. I don't know if it's your mother or your father decide that them are twin, your name and your father name. I don't know, women kind of stupid sometimes when name them pick me. But I don't know Al-Marie, you need to tell me. But here up, Al-Marie, how you doing, darling? Great meeting you. And then there is the man with the most iconic name in Jamaica, down at Braze River. A man called himself John of Jamaica. And that is an iconic name. So John of Jamaica, you tell me say you what, so big up to all of you guys. There's a crew in the lotto shop, the young lady that does the lotto thing, and the other crew. I don't remember, we never get your name. I really didn't get your name. I'm trying to look for that piece of video that we did with you and us and the little boy, but we can't, it looked like it got deleted. I think his princess messed it up, and I take the responsibility for that. So I want to big up all of you in that crew. Now, on this kind of you call it proposal, marriage proposal, but Michelle got one. Michelle got a more than marriage proposal. Michelle is now engaged to one man named down at Braze River named Mr. Dwyer. And he make it clear to us that Michelle is now in betrothed. Because after him and Michelle did a Google eye to each other and them a hold on and them a go out with all kind of things. Just when we're ready to leave, I'm going to the car, Dwyer come up to the car and Dwyer say, "Watch me now, man. I love her, you know. I stand up here, man. Me I tell you, I stand up here. You see, I stand up here. Somebody don't really know what it means. Me I look for him and say, well, I'm glad that you did, you know. I mean, I wonder what Michelle, who he stood up to for Michelle. And then he said to me, say, look, no man, me I tell you, I stand up here. And then I look, the man actually was standing up in his pants for Michelle. I am sorry, truly sorry. But the man said, I stand up here, man. I stand up here, see my land there. And my mother then left my house and my land, give me a woman up here, so I she me want, man. See me stand up here, there. See that? I stand up here. It was the most disturbing moment. I can tell you. It was a most disturbing moment. The way Mr. Dwyer stood up for Michelle and made it known that he's standing up for Michelle. So sooner or later, Michelle have to go down to Brazzaville to live, and she can't go back there. But talk about she doing resistance work. So I would imagine that Michelle soon gone to Brazzaville go live. I want to say hello and a shout out to the people down in Vogue and all of you watch. Donna, who run the shop. Hey Donna, how you doing, darling? Thank you for having us and entertaining us, and glad to hear your views and things. So I want to say that big out to you and Kamisha. And I met a young boyfriend who refused to give me his name because his girlfriend might go look for me at Kingston and do something to me. I'm going to say something. But Mr. Thompson, handsome young fellow, nice to have met you. And thank you. Thank all 3-4 of you that really told us in one certain terms how you felt about things. And it was great to talk to you. Then I went up to Shiloh, and my memory of Shiloh is just one Rasta man. He called himself Kojo, the healer. He was a healer. He said not really watch the YouTube thing, but he knew about it, so we have to give him a big up. So we give a big up Kojo. And when you say you want a bike, so may I tell the two candidates down there, Zuleka Jess and Mr. Slowly, that Kojo the healer say want a bike, so he can ride on and heal people. So no press. So I am saying that if they want a bike, so no start out, say if you can start out Shiloh for me now, please. Now I'm feeling a little bit nervous now. You have to forgive me about my nervous tick because I'm having a nervous tick right now. And my nervous tick is simple, that I visited Central Kingston on Saturday. We visited Central Kingston on Saturday. And Central Kingston, the corporate era constituencies are not places you're going to go and take picture. We're not going to do no picture taking in a no constituency that we visit in the corporate era, because region 3 and them is different from country. Them people, when them now going to take a picture. So without the picture taking in a there. But I want to speak to the 4 young ladies down by the fishing village. Miss Katisha, Miss Sheena, Miss Kiba, and of course, the lovely Kerry. Now, ladies, I promised you on Saturday, so I'm going to try to see if I can live up to my promise to you. But tonight, when I say hail and big you up, I'm saying to you that my only desire tonight, my only desire is to please you. All 4 of you. Sheena, Sheba, Katisha, and of course, Miss Kerry. And Miss Kerry, I particularly want to please you. So, listen to the end and see how this work out for you. Want to big up the man them round in the fishing village, to the man that was watching the weather. The man said he's not a weatherman, he's a, what the word he used, him is a weather forecaster. And he was there to ensure that, to see how the weather go on and to see how things are work out and advise the fishermen about the weather. And that's his job. The fishing village is a wonderful place to go sit down and have a talk with people. I want to also big up Chris. Chris, we met in the, is which part again, Princess? After Champion hours a night, looking something to eat. Well, who not look something to eat, not me. So I said, all right, we could go down the mall and see if we can get something to eat. I don't know which one the place that we're going, but we sat in there and the place closed with us in there. And there was Chris. Chris was there. And me and Princess arguing. And he intervened and said, but I know you girls, and we would talk. So Chris, I want to say, big you up. Thank you for that short conversation and the insight that you gave us in that short conversation inside Island Grill. It's Island Grill, yeah. Inside Island Grill. on last Saturday, not last Saturday, Saturday of champs. So big up Chris, and I want to big up Mr. Pearson, who introduced Chris to the resistance, introduced Chris to my program, Natalie program, and Michelle's program. I want to say to you all a very big thank you for the support of these programs. Thank you so very much. So I just want to do those big up, and then we get on with the other business of the night. Now champs finish, and I came out to have a little discussion about champs. Very short. Champs 25. The organization was good. The focus of the organization was good. The reason and the purpose of champs was there. But I have some issues, and I want to say to Minister Babsy Grange that nobody in this country can say you have not been a champion for our young people that participate in their various fields of sports. You will go down in the annals of this country's history to say that you were one of those ministers who actually promoted sports activities in this country. But there were some things about champs that I observed, and these are not things that I can take up the phone and just call the minister and say to the minister, boy, minister, my thing says so and so and so and so. I know I can do that, and I know the minister would listen. She's one of the very few ministers that I do have conversation with from time to time. So I'm saying, I know the minister would listen, and I know that these are things that she would love to hear. But it's not something I can talk privately or personally about. This I have to talk to the public, because the public have a vested interest in what I'm about to say regarding champs. So there's a competition part of champ, and there is competition versus crowning. Now my issue, I have a whole bunch of things right down here, but I'm not going to go to all the things that are right down here. I'm just going to talk from my heart in terms of what I observe to be the champs. The dominant schools of Casey and Calabar and the Veer and the other ones on Homewood and Hydel, and the dominant schools. Yes, the other lesser dominant schools have made inroads into the competition, but it seems that the competition is closed to certain schools. And I don't know if it's because of the whole focus of academics on some schools, why some schools are so falling so far behind in terms of champs and in terms of the participation of track and field. And it seems to be driven by looking for the best to compete among themselves. And that is a small pool of people. Yes, Jamaica have a large pool of talented people, but when you narrow it down, it's a small pool of the best competing against themselves. And that leaves the second best a little bit less motivated, and champs have become not so inspirational or even aspirational for those who have talent but can't seem to make a breakthrough because certain sector and certain schools dominate certain things. And so the only thing that people have to go for themselves is just to go run and see what happens. Go run or go throw the discus or go jump over the high thing and go jump the long jump and see what happens. There seems to be missing a thing where schools are encouraged and schools are given resources and schools are to say, participate, let it go on, let it happen. The dominance of Casey and Calabar, it is great. We are Casey people, we want to win every time. But it's no competition anymore, it's not fun. It's not fun because there's no competition. I mean, who come third and who come fourth was no competition at all. The best race that I saw was the one with St. Diego. You just come and just knock Casey and Calabar out of it. I was elated. That was inspirational. That was aspirational. To see him just look right to him and say, oh, no, go. I'm just fly past it to him and go, boy, business and win. So it's not providing, something is missing from it. And I'm not saying I know what exactly it is, but something is missing from it because of the dominance of one set of schools. The last time a girls' school won at Champs was Grace Jackson. Grace Jackson Small at Queens. That was what, 50 years ago? The corporate era girls' school are lacking in terms of participation, and I don't know what the problem is, because those schools are doing well academically. What is wrong with the sports program for athletics? The corporate era girls' schools are being left behind. Yes, Alpha performed great. Princess School run last, Mergrove run last. But I mean, Woolmans did well, Excelsior did well, but still, the championship is elusive for the corporate area schools. So if it wasn't Veer and Homewood and Jago, and now it is Hydel. What happened to the corporate area track and field girls' school program? What happened to that? Is it motivation? Is it money? Is it just the academics? Is it the lack of talent? So something needs to be done about that. Seriously, something needs to be done about that. It can't continue like that with the domination of KC, Calabar, Idel, or Veer, or St. Jago. That is narrow. It's narrow. And we are supposed to be the country in the world that produce the greatest athletes. But it's like each year it gets narrower and narrower. And then there is this thing where schools can go recruit African youth to come to school here just to run long distance running. You go all the way to Kenya and Nigeria, got recruit two local youth to come beat the Jamaican youth them in the long distance running. And the Jamaican youth them in the long distance running, they did well. Them just couldn't manage the African man them. The announcer, it was quite it was quite a thing to hear the announcer after the first three Africans won. First, second, and third. Finally, somebody from Jamaica with an announcer say, yes, and finally, a Jamaican athlete have crossed the line. Do you know how terrible that look and sound? It sounds terrible. It looked terrible. The announcer, him saying, yes, and finally, a Jamaican athlete have come across the finishing line. I think it might have been a youth from Calabar or one of them. I don't know. But it's when him say it came to me, and I said, what a ratted cup this man. Why is it that we're bringing in African youth to come run? And who bringing them in? Who bringing them in? KC Calabar. KC Calabar. Not the other schools that don't even have that option, it appears. I don't know what it is that the government have in terms of a plan, in terms of how they do these things. How can KC, and maybe KC can afford it, Calabar can afford it, Georges can afford it, JC can afford it. Yes, I think one run for JC as well. But it don't look good. Make our youth them run the long distance, man. And since I'm coming third, fourth, and fifth, one of them will win. The timing might not be good, but we can't continue this, Minister. We can't continue this. We can't continue schools have gone all the way to Kenya and Nigeria to go recruit a youth who have to run to go 10 goat and lions and elephants, and so you know about long distance running and crossing hills, and then downgrade the talents of those here who can probably run long distance, but it's going to take a longer time. I don't know. I don't know why we have that, Minister, and that is something that is really, really disturbing to me. Very, very disturbing to me. Then there was the tribute to Don Webby, and I mean, Grace Kennedy has been an early sponsor of boys and girls championship. Boys championship mostly it was at first. The girls championship never used to get anything, which was why it was a good idea to twin them and run them for X amount of days so that everybody can get the highlight. And Dan Webby did, yes, as Grace Chairman, Grace Kennedy CEO, contribute a lot and support the thing. And I do understand the circumstances under which you want to do this this show your gratitude now, that the sporting the Athletics Association want to show them gratitude now, and the minister as well to Dan Webby. I understand what the personal situation is, all of that, but it was kind of tacky, and in its tackiness it was messy, because in your attempt to highlight Dan Webby's contribution and to big him up and give him that a plaque and all of that, it was inartful in how it was done. The girls were on the track, the girls were already in their lanes, the starting blocks were already in the lanes, and then suddenly, and now, the Dan Webby thing, it was messy. And the girls have to now come off the field and go back one side or sit down, and it was kind of messy. It was too long, and it was just, I think it was a little bit overdid it. The Dan Webby thing could have been a 5-minute thing and put up in picture upon the thing, but it basically overshadowed the thing at that point. And they bring on this fellow, remember Ding Dong or whatever his name is, him come on to perform in foolishness and go on with one heap of antics that was not, that nobody in the entire stadium nobody was enthused by this performance by this guy. And then he went as far as talking about the man for rush him, and then people started booing. Kind of said the man for rush him for done. After people have grumbled, and I said, don't know, we know the song is a full song, we don't like it, come out for the state, people want to the race, and people basically said that to him, and then he go say, oh no, rush me, because no, rush me, and then people start booing. See that? People start booing. Minister, that was not, that was probably the worst decision about that part of the thing. And champs are to get better each year, and it is not just about competition of will by a few schools, but it should be also inspirational and aspirational, that when other schools want to step up, but the dominance of a few schools is what is killing the thing, and part of the dominance is the option that these schools have to go recruit people abroad. And we look stupid because we are supposed to produce the athletes. We're not supposed to go buy them somewhere and bring them in and teach them English and integrate them in our school. That is just rubbish. It's not ready. So we ought to take a fresh look at that. Parents, the reason why I want to bring it up is that parents and principals and teachers and schools must also take an interest in it. Why are the girls' schools in the corporate area, not performing to the same standard like Heidel and Veer and St. Jago? And Heidel, Veer and St. Jago and Homewood also does well academically. So there's no excuse for it. I do understand why it is such a hard thing to get the corporate area girls' school involved in this. And that is my 2 cents where champs the Saturday final day is concerned, and it kind of cloud the whole thing in terms of how we need to put this out. The brand is being the brand not living up to its brand. Or the brand it's not shiny anymore, because we are going for African students to run long distance thing, to the extent that our Jamaican commentator, Devon, finally, and him don't know how say that no sound good, and him know that him shouldn't say that, but him said finally a Jamaican have passed the finishing line after the 3 Africans then passed it in first, second, and third. I was embarrassed, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Did not like it at all. But let's move on. Minister, if you take that in good faith, you know I love you, but I wanted to say it here. So now, last week Sunday, Michelle and Princess and I went to the first staging of the Devon House seafood fiesta. A friend of mine sent it to me and said we should come, and well, Prendy sent it to me and said, you know, we should come. So, you know, Shaka there and we must come. So we went. And it was a wonderful event. And I can't tell you about I can't tell you enough about the places that show up to participate in that seafood fiesta. The people that does the taco, and I mean it was a wonderful event. The reason why I'm bringing it up is not just because I want to say it was a wonderful event and Prendy was there. Hi Prendy, yes I did. Yeah, Friday. So it was good. But that's not the reason why I want to bring it up that it was good. There's another reason I want to bring it up why it was good. When we walked in, the first booth we stopped at, we passed 2 booths. And because there were booths, people selling stuff, cosmetics and perfume and face things. And Michelle, remember the name of the ladies that subscribe to our channel? Michelle, if you remember them names, said come give them a shout out. But hi ladies. We went down, the police force, the Jamaica Constabulary Force had a booth. Michelle, I do not remember. I remember the sergeant's name. I think his name is Williams. But I don't have the other 2, Michelle. Please, if you can. You and Princess can help me out with that. So we went down to the police booth. And the first person to stop there really was Princess. So Princess was in this long conversation with one of the policemen about the booth there. So before we were ready to leave, we went over there again, and we had a long conversation with the police that were there. The 2 women police and the sergeant that was in charge of the booth. So I think it's Williams is Sergeant Williams in name. Sergeant Williams, if you're watching, please forgive me. I really, it's not my fault. It's Michelle and you know, say I'm an idiot. It's actually written down in the book right here. I am sure it is. Well, Michelle said she write it down. So let me see if she did write down anything. Sergeant Andrew Williams, that's right. Corporal Moesha and Constable Dias. The 2 female women are Constable Dias and Corporal Moesha. And Corporal Moesha for a corporal just joined the police force 4 years, she said, Michelle, or 3 years. But we met them. And the booth was set up not only for people to come by and talk to the police, but yes, Andrew Williams, yes, I got it, Michelle. It's in the book, you write it down in the book. But when we were there talking to Sergeant Williams as to why the police felt it necessary to set up a booth, and he said the police was invited to set up a booth, not only for recruitment, but also to provide information for patrons who were to come. I thought it was such an excellent idea. It was a good idea. So we have this long conversation where we're joking and laughing, but we were having a good time. And Sergeant Williams, Andrew, I asked him if he can give me one of these books. And he said, well, you can get one if you can answer a few questions. Book here. So I asked the questions, and of course, Michelle and Princess answer the questions, and I get the book. That's how it's supposed to go. Them answer the question, right, and me get the book. So Sergeant William gave me this book, and he gave me the book, and he said, there's something very important he wants me to understand about the book, so that I can understand that it's not just that him come and set up a booth to give away books and give out flyers, but he want to understand the importance of the book. So he gave me the book, and I'm treating the book with a lot of reverence, you know. And he said that, okay, the first thing you need to know is that the book is a magic book. So Sergeant Williams tell me that the book is a magic book. And all I have to do is write what I want to happen in it, and it will happen, because it's a magic book. You don't believe me? I don't understand, you know. What not laughing for me? I mean, I believe in magic, you know. I believe in magic. You don't believe in magic? I believe in magic. So Sergeant Williams tell me that the book is a magic book. And if I write down something, anything I write down in it, and it will come to pass. It will happen. So, when we're in the car, I instruct Michelle to write the first wish in the book. And we're not going to tell you what that first wish is. I'm going to leave that to your imagination. But the first thing we write in the book has something to do with what we wish for Mark Jefferson Golding. So, Sergeant Williams, you promised me that this is a magic book. And you say I must write down something in it. Anything that I'm wishing for, I will wish something for Mark Jefferson Golding. And we're hoping that it's going to come true because you say it's a magic book. So, we'll write it down. I don't write nothing else. I'm waiting for that to come true first before I write anything else. Anyway, that's that. Now we get to the fun stuff. Is what I'm doing now. I want to grin the teeth and I want so far. Is what I'm. Why is everybody dying with laughter? It's a magic book. And him say whatever I write down in it will come to pass. I will write down something that will want to happen for Mark Jefferson Golding. And I believe it. With all my heart, I believe it. So the door, but I laugh it off. I think it's a joke business. It's not a joke business. Alright? Anyway, let's get down to the real meat of the matter. Sunday morning, somebody sent me a text that Leighton Campbell was going to be on profile. And I posted on Facebook and asked if that is true. And everybody come on and said, yes, it is true. Leighton is going to be on profile. And I asked the researchers then to tell me. I asked who is now doing the interviews on profile. And I was told that is a gentleman by the name of Archibald Gordon, who tonight I'm going to refer to as Archie Bunker. And we did some research on profile because I thought it was important to do a research on profile. Because when I heard it, I can't begin to tell you just how astounded I was that a program like Profile is going to be highlighting the profile of an accused serial pedophile. I was flabbergasted to my gut because we grew up with Profile run for about, Ian Boyne running for about 30 years, 25 or so years. And as young people, Profile was a big thing for us on a Sunday. We want to see which great Jamaican Ian Boyne is bringing on Profile this Sunday. Which white Jamaican who is great, which black Jamaican who has done something great for their community, for their country, who have aspired to something and achieved that thing, which Jamaican Profile is going to bring on. And I thought to myself when I heard that on Sunday that Profile was designed for inspirational and aspirational stories and Jamaicans who have something to offer, Jamaicans who have succeeded in one way or the other, not only in their personal lives, but have succeeded also in their community and the contribution that they made toward their country. I thought of when P.J. Patterson and Portia was running for leader in 92, and Ian Boyne on the one Sunday interviewed them both. I thought I thought about what's his name? Alexander, I think his name was Jesus, I don't remember his first name. The first guest that Ian Boyne had on when Profile was launched in 1987 was Carlton Alexander. That's his name. Carlton Alexander, a great Jamaican, the first guest. And I'm going to do an extensive research. I'm going to go to TVJ studio. I'm going to light them up. I go up there. Them can't chat to me. I go up there, better give me the information I want, as I'm not going to like it up there. A list of all the people that Ian Boyne interviewed within the first year of profile. And when I thought about it, all the people that I can remember, whose names I cannot remember in my head, but I just know that they were great people. I just know that they were good people. I just know that they were people who not only contribute to their communities and their own personal development, but contributed to their country. So I don't even need to remember their name. I just know that they were good and great people. So the question is, how did profile reach here, sir, that you now have profile of a serial pedophile? How did profile get here, sir? From there, sir, to way down there, sir. How did that happen? That profile decided to do a profile. Profile, join us this Sunday. Accused serial pedophile, Dayton Campbell. How is that inspirational and aspirational? How is that good? How does that make anybody want to be him? What's wrong with you, Archie Bunker? A young fella like you, Archie Bunker, Archie, whatever, Garden, Archibald Garden, Archibald Bunker is good. What's wrong with you? How could you take a program like Profile, started by a man like Ian Boyne, who elevated good Jamaicans by interviewing them? It was fun. I can remember seeing Ian Boyne leaning back in his chair, laughing and grinning. So tell me about that. Oh, we like that. Tell the audience about that. I can see it. I used to watch it. It was good to watch and to want to be. It was good to see that. Ian Boyne interview PG and Portia and Bruce Golding and Carter Alexander and all the other great Jamaicans that he interviewed, and it reached this Archie Bunker, because Matalan supporting Mark Golding, and trying to wash off Dayton Campbell, and trying to take the pig out of the mud. But he was a pig. Him love mud. He can't come out of the mud because he is a pig. How do you take a pig out of the mud, put our white shirt on him, put our red lipstick on him, talk to him, look a bit, he gone back in the mud? Talk to me, Archie Bunker. Who gave you this great idea that you're going to bring on this man? This grace of a man, and nasty up Ian Boyne program with this man. You know what I know to be true, Archie Bunker? Sometimes, when you stand up to your bosses on moral and ethical ground, they have more respect for you. And Archibald, you should have said no. You should have said no, Archie Bunker. Because all you have done is nasty up and degrade the program. Who else is going to go up on Profile after you bring on a serial, accused serial pedophile? Who going to go up on that program following him? Who is coming next? The next guest. Who is going to be the next guest after him? Archie Bunker, tell me. Who wants to follow him? Who wants to be on the program because Dayton can't be the on it? Who wants to be there? Butch Stewart was on it. People that want to go on it. PJ was on it. People want to go on it. Oh, Portia was on it, but want to go on it. Who wants to be on Profile after Dayton Campbell is featured on it? I don't have no regard for people. Matalan is so invested in making Mark Golding Prime Minister of this country that he's doing his darndest to clean up Dayton Campbell, to make him look clean. But he is a damn pig who lives in mud. And you, Archie Bunker, a young fella like you, this is what you associate yourself with? Huh? I don't want to nasty up in Archibonka. I am being very kind to you tonight. I'm going to be, I already took a conscious decision that I'm going to be very kind to you tonight. Not going to beat you up. I'm going to appeal to your educated mind and ask you this. You could have said no. If a man in this country is accused of being a thief and him hire a high-priced lawyer, let's him do the thieving for true. Him hire a lawyer and him go to court and the court say him not guilty. Even with that not guilty, if he desires to get a banking license, he couldn't get it. He couldn't get it because they accused him of being a thief. Not that they never find him guilty, you know. He was accused of being a thief. But you take up this man who I accused of being a serial pedophile. A man who, when he was a member of parliament, drove up and down with underage girls in a car with Kentucky fried chicken and coleslaw. A man who withhold money, government money, from helping a young girl or two unless them come to him personally, not the parents. And you're going to ask him a question there, Archibonka. Yeah, did you ask him that? Did you ask him what with that? Did you ask him why you don't make the girls them come and testify? You ask him that, Archibonka? Ask him that. Say to him, if you are innocent, why not let the 3 young ladies who produce statements to the court against you come and testify? Why are you shooting down the young ladies coming to court to testify? If you're innocent, let them come to court. And let them look you in the face and say, yes, you. And then you look them in the face and say, I lie, will not tell. Why not? Have you asked him that, Archibonka? Archibonka, I'm not going to deal with you tonight, you know, I'm truly not, but I have resisted the temptation. Resisted the temptation. I am taking you to task, Archibonka, to say to you as a young man in media, in communication, in this landscape, that there are times when you can stand up to your bosses and say to them, no, not doing that. Not doing that. That does not bring anything to the program. That does not uplift the program. That does not give our audience an uplifting view of things. We want to uplift people, we want to inspire people. We want people to aspire to things and to positions. And that doesn't do it, so no. That's what I'm saying to you, Archibonka. That you can say no. Sometimes you get more respect from your superiors when you tell them no. But if they think them can take a young man like you, a black young man of matter and take a black young youth like you and put you in that cage and tell you, go and interview the pig. See if you can find a white shirt, put on him, put on some lipstick on him, oil him ear till it shine, lotion him down, clean out his mouth with G's, and see if they can present him back to the public. That's what Matalan tell you, the little black you, the white man Matalan. And we don't have nothing against it, Matalan really true too. But Mr. Matalan support Mark Gordon, so Mr. Matalan no line of sight. That's all there is to it. Mr. Matalan come talk about how Mark Gordon is a great man. And those things we have against Mr. Matalan. Mr. Matalan, being a born Jamaican, still don't get the Jamaican experience yet. So he can't get let off the hook just like that. But you, Archibonka, is a born black young Jamaican youth. You could have said no. You could have said to them, why after all of them something about this, so I don't know how this elevate the program. Is that a personal thing in Archibonka? It's a thing about the program and the viewers and the people you're trying to reach, to influence those people. What is Profile now? A political program where you just go on and bring somebody who some political, because nobody, and I mean nobody in our social media sphere watched it. Not one. Nobody watched it. Nobody within social media sphere. The last time them checked them says 5,000 people them to watch it. On your website. 5,000 Jamaicans. Who And that must be 5,000 risers. That must be people who him send the link and tell them to tune in and watch. And then pass it on to some more people. Do you see the problem, Archie Bunker? Do you see it, Archie? Tell me a seat, Archie. You have invited on a man on a program that was designed to highlight individual progress and achievements through education, yes, but mostly country, community, and you bring on and accuse pedophile Archie Bunker. Is him you bring on? Him you bring on to come highlight to the Jamaican people who are watching the program. So you step in the ring now, Archie Bunker. And because you step in the ring, I'm going to now have to keep my eye on you. Because you, I think, hosted Schools Challenge quiz at one time. So after you got interviewed, you hosted Schools Challenge quiz where you are interacting with the young people of this country, the future of this country, our kids. And then you left that and go interview a pedophile. What did you say? You see the line here now, Archie Bunker? See where I'm going with all of this? You move from one right thing and jump right into a wrong thing. I go down here, Archie. I down here, go down. There's no up now, you know. Archie, there's no up now, you know. You move from up and drop bam in the pig pen, in the mud with the pig. How are you going to extricate yourself from that now, Archie? Tell me, how you plan on extricating yourself from that? Because Matalan tell you to do it. And instead of you telling Matalan, say, no, you're not doing it, you went right ahead. Like a buffoon, like a black youth, who believe that you have to listen to everything that Matalan say. And you do it. I am disappointed in you, Archie Bunker. I am gravely disappointed in you. The level that you have brought yourself to and how you have smeared Ian Boyne's program. Ian Boyne had never interviewed that fool. Ian Boyne would have never interviewed that. First of all, he have no story to tell that is inspiring or anybody want to aspire to. None. He might come tell you and father they're a criminal and go to prison. Well, and then after his father is a criminal, him like to tell that story. And I want you to tie the thread together, Archie Bunker. Him tell the story that his father is a criminal. His father went to prison. And he suffered great psychological breakdown, a great psychological breakdown from that. His father being a criminal, his father went to prison, and he grew up without a father and he become a serial pedophile. That's the story you want to tell our kids, Archie? Because that's the whole story there, sir. What else? I'll tell you, his mother is a great woman. His mother is a great woman. His mother is a great woman. She's a mother. But nobody knows him better than she, because mothers know everything about their picnic. But she's going to love him anyway, because he's her kid. She doesn't have the choice. She have to love him. She's a wonderful woman, his mother. God bless her. This is what he came, and that's his story, and that's what you want to share with the children of this country, or people who watch your program. That's what you want to share. I had a discussion once with somebody online about movies. And the person was talking about them doing like Pretty Woman. And I said, why you do like Pretty Woman? Pretty Woman is a great movie. I mean, when you talk about 80s movie, Pretty Woman up there. And she went on to tell me, oh, yeah, but Pretty Woman is such a, it gives us such a bad message and suggests that our young girls can become prostitutes and then meet rich men and and sleep with them and get money and then maybe fall in love with them. And she thinks it's a bad story and the storyline wasn't all that inspiring or for young people. And then after I had to just consider and say, yeah, when you put it like that, yeah. I couldn't go any further with defending Pretty Woman. I mean, I still love Pretty Woman. But when you put it like that, I have nowhere to say, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. It's true. So Archie, I'm not done with you, but we're going to leave it at that for tonight. But you should ask Mr. Man some things. Ask him, since you bring him in here, since you build a pig pen with mud in this TVJ studios, and you have lipstick and white shirt and stuff for put on pan for dress him up. Since you bring him in all of that, you Archie better start look like him soon if you hang out with him too long. It's a thing, you know. It's a look that kind of rub off. Archie Bunker, check yourself, Archie. And while we're still on Mr. Campbell, we might as well just go full Monty right into Mr. Campbell. So now Mr. Campbell out there telling people that him went a PNP man who's a PNP long time. Maybe some people tell him, say, if you go check that man, because the man is a long time PNP from Michael Manley days, you know. Go and go check it, man. And then him go and check him. And him come out here, come tell the story. How him check this PNP man. And the PNP man live in a bad condition, but look up to the sky, which is not a bad place to look if you look at it in a different way. But we don't wanna. I get the whole gist of it. And the man look up to the sky, because the man now no house top, and the man now no roof, and the man now have nothing, and the man poor and pauperized. And the General Secretary of the People's National Party came out in public, used the man's story for political gain, come out here, come tell the man's story to see if he can score some political points with a sad story. I'm the dumbest ass, you know, it's the dumbest asses I ever put on my political life. So let's look at the story that I'm telling. Let us see if we can unravel it a little bit and get a full hang of it. The General Secretary of the PNP went to somebody's yard, said the man poor, I'm a PNP long time from Michael Manley days. I am going to surmise that the man a PNP long time from Michael Manley days, the house where I'm living at some point was a good house. So I'm going to surmise that. It can't be that him living in this bad house from Michael Manley days. So that's the conclusion I'm going to make. It was a good house. It fell apart. Maybe life get hard. House is something if you're not maintaining it, it's going to fall apart. So let's assume that. Then he come out and on public platform telling the country that this PNP man, who was a PNP all his life, living in a very bad condition. So listen to me, PNP people. I want to listen to me. And I know KD you watching. You in particular want to listen to me, KD. Because you said something similar in Parliament some years ago. KD said it. So what he's saying is, Michael Manley never do nothing for poor people. PJ Patterson never do nothing for poor people. We know PJ Patterson never do nothing for poor people. But basically him saying Michael never do nothing either. And then him saying PJ never do nothing. And then him saying Portia Simpson Miller never do nothing for poor people. Because this man live in our house when I look up at the sky. The General Secretary of the PNP said that. And him come out in public and say that to say if him can get some political mileage. Listen to me, is that just desperation I get him, you know? Him losing his mind completely. All kinds of things happening to him. I saw God working, you know? I saw karma work. This is not just something we do because him think it's a good thing. The man a go off him rockers, him going loco. Trust me when I tell you that. And him repeat it without thinking that we out here, we don't know nothing. So we're going to make him ghetto with that. Who are you? We're going to make you ghetto with that. You go to the man's house. You identify himself as a PNP man. Man, look up at the sky. You are earned $20 million a year from our taxpayers' money. And you left the man yard and fix nothing. You left the man yard and you don't fix nothing. You earn $20 million per year from taxpayers' money. You went into a PNP man house. When we got a PNP man house, when we got a PNP people house and not them to the house, we don't left them till something fixed. You go into the man house, the man probably want a mattress and you don't send go buy one. You don't hire 2 women to come clean up the house. You don't look for 2 women to come fix the house stuff. You don't go down the road and look for a hardware and get the zinc and get the something there. That is something you could have do, you know. You know, if you come out here, come look the political mileage from the man suffering. The man is suffering and you come out here and look political mileage from the suffering of one man. When you could have single-handedly handled the situation and fixed the place of the man. Ask Angela Brownberg, ask Paul Burke, ask Philip Paulwell, ask Norman, and just ask them people there. Ask Angela Brownberg tell you about the 2016 local government elections we're out of Dallas division. Every day of the week, when people start me, PNP people, GLP people, people who never have voters list. You're not gonna do it, go check somebody. One woman just had baby was about 4 days old. She had a roof problem. We could have seen the sky too. Another woman, a senior citizen, the door can't lock, the door drop off. And that like in a shooter's hill end. What do? We don't come out and come look the political mic from. Go to the damn hardware. We pay for the door, write on the phone number, tell the hardware lady, say, don't give nobody no money. Nobody tells you nobody want the door, you just let them know so the door they might get. We pay for it. People collect it. We pay for man to fix a roof for the lady. We get man, we buy 2 pieces of 2 before pay for man to fix a stall for the old woman. What the hell is wrong with you? You take the man's story and cover, you come talk about man and suffer. And nobody never do nothing for him for 50 years or nobody do nothing for him. And you earn $20 million and you left the yard and do nothing for him? You left the yard and do nothing for him? And come out and believe that we are idiots? And somebody else say, oh God, man. Oh Jesus, man. Make us get rid of the wicked government. Did you introduce the man to the path? Did you talk to the minister in charge of housing? Did you talk to food for the poor? Did you do anything? Did you talk to Matalan? Did you talk to Tankwell? Because Big Nell, one of the Big Nell must support Mark. They have a whole heap of damaged material over there. Damaged zinc, damaged board, damaged this, damaged that. And the one Chris Big Nell him don't like to give away the damage, so them start take them and sell them to hotel now. What we are doing already for him yet? Did you check somebody? Call somebody? Did you? Huh? We got people yard. What we don't know. Whether a PNP or a GLP. It's in terrible condition. Just some young woman say, boy, I can't even show you something and one lady in bad condition. We not left there. We are clean it up. We are get clean sheet. We are send go buy stuff. We clean up the stove. We fix what we fix. You go to the man yard. Go to the man house. And people are telling your community say, that man is a long time PNP, long time man from Michael Manley days. Who clearly are falling on hard times. And you believe that your responsibility in dealing with that man hard times is to come out here, come look political mileage for the man suffering. And Uno want to represent people? Which people have voted for Uno? Which people going to vote for Uno? You earn $20 million of taxpayers' money. And you're talking about the man and look up at the sky. Me that come out, come say the man did not look up in the sky. But go down the hardware down the road there, so we get the zinc, we get the board, we hire 2 man right away. We hang out to cook some food, we fix the roof. That is how we know it normally go. But apart from that, did you call anybody? Did you get food for the poor? Do you know anybody of food for the poor, by the way? Do you know anybody from food for the poor? Can be sure you don't know nobody. And nobody don't know you neither from food for the poor. Did you check Big Nell? Check Matalan? Did you take up your phone and offer to help? Did you start the help you and the crew were going there? By cleaning up. By rolling up on the shop and clean up. Did you? No, you did not. You come out here and seek political mileage from people suffering. While telling them that Portia never do nothing for them and Michael never do nothing for them. We know PJ never do nothing for them. But you also tell them that Portia and Michael never do nothing for them, which is not true. It's not just one PNP man or PNP people. It's poor people on a whole. Oh, and God's green hurt way to take people suffering and come out here and make it into some kind of political football. It's not a football, it's real life. You have a responsibility, but you don't know what that is. You don't know how to operate, you don't know how to behave. Because your father got to prison. Your father was a criminal and got to prison and you became a pedophile. And your poor mother tried, but the poor woman could only do so much. She couldn't help you further than that. Than give you an education. And still never do no good for you. Can you go to the man's house? So the man will look up at the sky. And you don't find out where's the nearest hardware. You don't find where the nearest hardware there. To send go by the board then. And find out which one of them man can fix things. Get go call to man. And get the thing fixed. But you come out, you tell people how the man and look up at the sky. And nobody never do nothing for him. All in life, nobody never do nothing for him. And which is that true? If him live in a house, it was at one point a new house. And on top of all of that, you decided that Bunting resurrect you because you embarrassed Bunting when you bring on Cartel at the conference. Bunting are not with you, but nobody at all are not with you, so you run down back to Bunting. Bunting is your only savior. And you decide to go down to South Manchester. And you decided that you're not going to abuse the mic. No, you're not going to physically abuse the mic this time. This time you're going to sexually assault the mic. So you went on and talking about house. You're going to build 50,000 house. People must go and go look piece of land because you're not going to build house, give them, and they must go and go look them $10 million. So in essence, you go to the man's yard, say the man no live nowhere, you are seen at the sky, you don't do not for him, all you do is tell him, because this, I can only assume this. Since you don't help him, because you could have helped him as one man. But since you don't help him, I'm going to assume that you go to the man's house, see the man look up at the sky, have a conversation and man tell you, don't worry man, when you go and go look piece of land, get up off your sick bed, and then pack down place and go and go look at hustling. Because you have to hustle at least $100,000 a week to save that $10 million way, to get that $10 million house. Go and go look piece of land, man. Go secure piece of land. Go take piece of land, people shoot you for them land. Go on. You tell the sick man, pan him sick bed, in the house, and look up at the sky. Say him to go and go look piece of land. Him must get up and go look piece of land. And while him looking the land, he must go hustle the money to buy the $10 million house. And hustling means he must go hustle $100,000 a week. So he need to go to the square. Start figure out how to house go. Look piece of yam to sell, go. Sell some buckle, sell some mango, sell some ackee. Go and look the money to get the $10 million house. You're a wicked, treacherous, wicked, pedophilic idiot. And you should not be sitting ever again in King Charles III Parliament. You wicked serpent. You pig. Go to the man's house and come out here and talk about the man and look up in the sky. And you don't do nothing about it. You don't come out and come tell you say you do nothing about it. Neither you nor those who walk up and down with the whole of that ningering and the source of idiots. I don't want to lead people. So Jamaica, I don't want left to lead, you know? Seriously. These are the people who don't want to elect to lead us. No man never move to Canada. If that is the case. Them now? Him who don't want to lead, you know? Eastern Westmoreland. This is the man who don't want to lead, you know? Cause him down there, walk up and down the Eastern Westmoreland, every corner him going to tell people, say, I buy a house there. Him go a White House, him tell the people a White House, him buying a house. Him just pay down for a house. Him go up what the place them New Roads, him tell the people on New Roads, say, him just a pay down for a house up on New Roads. Him go up at Darliston, him tell the people, say, I pay down for a house at Darliston. Eastern Westmoreland, I want to listen. Him a walk around the parish and tell them, say, I buy a house in the parish. To fool him up and tell him, so he must come out, come vote for him. Because I buy a house. He buy a house, sir. He buy a house. Even if I buy a house, you know, ought to be very suspicious. I don't want to know where the house is, that it may not have bush, because I don't pity them when I go think of now. If I buy a house, come on, Eastern Westmoreland. If I walk and tell you, him buy a house, which him not buy. But if, in fact, him going to be buying a house in Eastern Westmoreland, we're going to want to know where is the house. so that you can make the police aware where the house is. Because if you buy a house in the eastern Westmoreland, at that time we will start worry about Uno Picnic because it's bush. And listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. Uno Brighton on a Jamaicans, you know. Uno need no education for bright, you know. Jamaicans are bright like morning star. Nothing can beat on common sense, you know. Right? My walk around tell us I'm going to buy a house. And him just go look for the house. Him go for a White House and tell me, you know, just go look at the house in White House and, you know, I'm moving down. I'm going to be putting down roots. The only place I put down roots is for Ian Year's place. And Ian Year's better start putting more cover of Flingstone over next time we are pass. I mean, Eastern Westmoreland, him a tell us I'm going to buy a house. And him a look for the house. And him just go look for the house and him check out a house and you know one with the house them there. You know one with him have a little shack somewhere, anywhere him say him go look for. You don't need to go check it out. Because at that time you don't need to worry about you know pick them. You know little girls. One of them were under 14. I walk around talk about man I look up in the sky. Nobody will do nothing for him yet. He did nothing for the man, nothing at all. Never even get someone to clean up the place. That's the first thing. Second thing, I tell the man was sick and they put him down in bed and him I look up at the sky and say, don't worry yourself, we'll sort you out. Just go and go look piece of land now. Because when you look the piece of land now, we are going to build a house and if you qualify, you're going to hustle it. The 10 million. So if you qualify, we're going to make you get a house. And if you qualify and you live in the house for 6 months and you can't pay for it, we're going to take it back. Why don't you not listen to him? You don't listen to him? That's why I'm saying to you. You go and go look piece of land. Him say partnership. Everybody need know if you go look a piece of land. Where him expect to get land from? You're going to thief people land, you're going to catch from people land, you're going to capture people land, people are going to shoot for them land. He must have go look piece of land. And after you look piece of land, go hustle the $10 million. $10 million. Go hustle it and come back. So go look piece of land, hustle the $10 million and come back. The next thing is, after I have all of them money there, after I talk about all of them things there, think about this. Him go to the man's house. Him see the hole in the man's roof. Him do nothing about it. Him no call nobody. No make a phone call and say, we have the zinc there. Him no call Big Nell, Chris, who want to support Mark. Him no call Matalan, who is his boss. And him no call him leader, Mark Golding, about the OT Fairclough Fund. Him no call nobody. What about that money? That money could go far away and help the man fix up his house. What did he do? He call food for the poor, he call pass, he do nothing. What did he do to help the man? That's the only question that needs to be asked, you know. Yes, the man there, if he's there, because maybe he's a fictitious man. But let's assume him there, him exists. He's there. The only thing that fool needed to do is help the damn man. Call up him boss, Marky G, and said, I hope you Fairclough money will find somebody who can spend it by now. Because I must about $1,000 them spend with them blacks they down Westmoreland when they go put up house without cement. So the OT Fairclough fund supposed to have a whole heap more money left. Him no call him boss. Him no call Matalan. Him no call Chris Bignell. Him no call nobody. Him no call food for the poor. Him no call Norman Hahn, who into housing thing too as well. Him no make a call to the minister or the ministry to seek some help for the man. No, him come out here and I take the man's story, make it into political fodder. To seek a political advantage with the man's sad story. And these are the people that Uno want to elect to lead this country. Not a Muma Krebe. Anybody remember that? Yeah, that is that. I'm telling all of that. Look a piece of land. Go and go hustle the $10 million. Because the only way you can get $10 million when we talk about faith to buy a house, is to hustle that. And if this man is in as bad a condition as he suggests that he is, then he's basically saying to the man, get up off your bed, man. Stop look up at the sky, man. Go on a road, man. Go look for the piece of land, man, and start hustle for the 10 million. Because when you come into power, we're going to make you, if you have the 10 million, we're going to make sure you qualify to get a house. And if you get the house and after 6 months you can't pay people, we'll take it back. So you must always read the fine print. It's not about reading the fine print, but listen to the fine print too. You can read it, you can listen to the fine print. Both at the same time. Huh? This buffoon, this damn jackass, and Uno clap and array. But I noticed something when I'm talking about that whole housing thing. Because I suspect it's Damian Crawford giving that foolishness to go up, I say. I suspect that very much. Because him no have them the kind of chaps say to come up with that. And Damian Crawford tell him to go never chat that foolishness. And I suspect that him himself don't believe it. But what I noticed while he was talking about it is that the comrades who were sitting in front of him never take him on about it. There was no ray and yeah. There was no bevizure. There was no run up in it and yeah full time. There was none of that. None of that. But they were going to buy a house in a eastern Westmoreland. In the house hunting. In my house hunting a White House. In my house hunting a Darliston. In my house hunting New Roads. In my house hunting all over eastern Westmoreland. Tell people say, in my buy a house or in I think the White House people say buy a house. Him don't buy the house along at Ian's place in catch when him come down there. And Ian ought to be very careful. We're going to frig stone over the next time we pass. So we're going to frig stone over there the next time I pass him. Because if Ian I put him up to that. So there. That is that for that part of the story. With him and him chatting up mouth and him foolishness. And there we go with that. I would want to turn to Mark Golding and a whole host of middle class and upper class PNP descended on Barbican Square a week ago or so to endorse and present to the people of Northeast St. Anne Miss Stacey Knight to be their candidate against Delroy Chuck. And an amusing and amazing thing happened. Before I tell you that, the last time the PNP had a meeting in Barbican Square was 45 years ago. And that meeting was Colleen Curlew Robertson in Barbican Square. That's the last time the PNP had a meeting in Barbican Square. From all indication, it was a full square. And the whole of the PNP uptowners them come out. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Delroy Chuck will keep one too. But from all indication, Barbican Square was packed. And I understand that all of the Tappanaris then came out to support Stacey Knight in her quest to unseat Delroy Chuck. But Mark said a curious thing at the presentation of Stacey Knight. A thing that I find extremely curious. And I tell you all the while when that man talk, you should listen, you should pay attention, you should read his body language and read beyond his words. Read what he says, how him look when him say it, and how him eyes them either glisten or darken or take on a particular look, or him contort him face about the things that he said. And if you pay attention to that, you will understand everything that he says for more than the face value of the words that he used. He said a curious thing. A curious thing that I don't think any other party leader would have said it, but even if they did, it would not have been anything to look at and find curious, so to speak. So Mark Golding declared when he spoke about Stacey Knight that him, Mark Jefferson, will be the first person to go out and cast a vote for Stacey Knight. Now I want you to go find the clip. I want you to look at it. Just take out that part. Don't take my word for it. Look at his face and how sheepish him look. How condescending and sheepish him look. How wicked and cruel him look when he said it. Because he knew exactly what he was saying and why he was saying it. He declared that he will be the first person. And him do a little thing. I'll be the first one and do a little thing to go out and cast a vote for Stacey Knight. Let me break down for it till you find it and go look for it yourself. Let me tell you what he was saying. He's saying that for the first time in his voting life, he will now cast a vote for a PNP candidate because he has never cast a vote for a PNP candidate in all his voting life. Never once. Him always griping and complaining that the PNP have substandard candidates running in North East St. Andrew, and therefore him not voting for them. So each election him walk into that polling station and he votes for Delroy Chuck. And I beat up Mr. Chuck. The PNP leader, he voted for Delroy Chuck when he was a senator. He voted for Delroy Chuck when he was a minister of justice and senator. He was voting for Delroy Chuck all the time. Oh, the tablet was gone. He was out there voting for Delroy Chuck. And what he just said at that meeting is that for the first time in voting life, he's going to go out and cast a vote for the first PNP candidate that he will ever cast a vote for. And that's Stacey Knight. He looked very sheepish when he said it. He looked pleased with himself when he said it. Like him saying to himself, finally, I'm going to vote for Stacey, and them can't say, I vote Labour at this time, because I'm going to vote for Stacey. That's basically what he's saying to us. Go find the clip. Mark Golding has never cast a vote for a PNP candidate in an election. Never, ever. I mean, I ask, I guess, I spread no lie upon him. Any day him feel like he want to deny it and him want the evidence, we will present it to him. He has never voted for a PNP candidate. Always complaining. Now, in my mind, based on where I stand now politically, I would like to think that that would have been a good situation, a good thing. You vote for the best person who you believe is going to represent the constituency and represent you and the community and be better for the country. Where I am now with that, this was a senator and a minister of government hanging out with the minister of finance. You're obligated to vote for the party now. If they put a dog in an orange shirt, that obligation was yours to follow through. Even if it's a dog in an orange shirt, because of the position that you held. Yeah, I would think I'll make some kind of allowance for that. So I'm saying I'm going to vote for Stacey this time. And the only thing I can say to Stacey about that is, well, good luck, because I don't know if he's going to do just that, as he said that he would do. Now, at that same presentation, Stacey's father, the esteemed Keith Keith Knight, also spoke. And the memes and the videos and all the things that going around would want me not to beat up on Katie about some of the things that he said. Katie said that he knew Mark's father. Katie said he knew everything about Mark. This part is not going to be any fun. I don't even know if I want to go any further with this part. For the simple reason that I don't want to beat up Katie, not right now. But Katie, damn Tabit God and so. But Katie said he knew Mark's father. And he knew Mark's father. And he knew what Mark is. And he talked of some things that he said no. Basically, Katie was vouching for Mark. And I don't want any argument with Katie. Truly. Because my intention was to come out here, come ask Katie some questions, which I know him can't answer. Him just said that in the heat of campaigning, and because Mark said he could vote for Stacey. And Katie felt that he had to say something to her and all of that. So. But I'm not going to beat up on Katie. I don't think Katie can manage any kind of beating up. But I asked Katie one question, just one question, because he can just text the answer to me. Just one, based on all that you said in Barbican. Just one question to you, Katie. Who is the founder of the People's National Party? Who is the founding father of the People's National Party? I wouldn't ask you nothing else, Katie. Not a thing else. Because if I ask you anything else, it's going to go bad very fast. And I don't want to go to answer today. Not right now. Not with the state of things. So I'm going to leave it at that. But Katie, please. Mark's birth. You were there, Katie? I don't know. You know of Mark's birth and Mark's origin. And you know Mark. What's the matter with you, Katie? This thing I get to the wall out of the head, you know. I mean, what's the matter with you? Why, Katie, chill. You mean, stop it. Just stop it, because not doing it. Not doing it at all. So let us move on. Because all that Katie said about Mark, he knows Mark's origin and Mark's birth and Mark's this. We start asking some questions, Katie, and that is going to crumble like ancient ruins. It's just going to fall apart like flake. So let's move on. Mark Golin's Financ problem. Now, after Mr. Holness went into Parliament and stripped Mark Golin naked and exposed him like a red ass for what he is, all of Mark's problems started to come into focus for the Jamaican people to observe, to see, to examine. And the main one is Financ. Financ, with their song. And Financ. And Mark Golin came out in a sly defense of himself and said, oh yeah, all right, cool. And said that something to the effect that he has nothing to do with it and he know nothing and all of it. And that again is a damn lie. So let us debunk that and let us throw that out. Because this man is presenting himself as somebody that a palate can handle, and people should elect him to be Prime Minister of this country. So let us just get something straight so that whenever I open him out again, everybody is equipped with the answer for him. Mark Jefferson Golding was a singular man. Yes, Bunting is involved with some other people, but he was a singular architect of the setting up of Financ. Is him come up with the idea? Is him draft the legislation? Is him put the team together? Is him sourced the vendors to sell these debts to? And him charge the people them a money? Let me put it properly for you, properly. That doesn't sound so right. Him set it up. Him write the legislation. Him do everything. Omar Davis was following his lead. Omar Davis basically yielded the entire financial industry to Mark Golding during that period. I'm telling you, it's baffling. Mark Golding created the concept of how it should work. Then he wrote the legislation to make it legit. And after he did that, him and Bunting and the crew of people that the committee who set up, they sourced the vendors, the people who them set up to come buy the debts. In sourcing the vendors, he made a deal with the vendors. We're going to give you this to do, you can buy off them people their property. We're going to bankrupt that little man who have him 200,000. We're going to bankrupt the family where you lose them house. We're going to bankrupt the man if you make them lose them house. We're going to take a piece of land from them two poor people there. We are giving it a work there. And you're going to pay me 20% or whatever percentage that him charge after you do that. So me going to do that for you pay me a percentage. Then after he did that and put the whole thing together, then he went to Omar Davis and the government and him said, all right, I found the vendors for you. These people are going to take off these debts. These people are going to take away the poor people land, the poor people house, the poor people car, the poor people look up house over this and then look up property there. So we're going to get them people to take it. When them people take it, they're going to pay me money. No, because I source these people and I set up this committee and I come up with this plan to do this. You, the government, is also going to pay me. So he was getting paid from two sides. So it's him do it. Him alone do it. Yes, him had a committee. But him was the architect of the Financ thing. So when PMP people are going to come out here and have rubbish things and go out with things, if you don't know, do not speak. There's no crime in asking for information. And if you ask for information, you will get it. Go down to the Ministry of Finance, go to the Ministry of Public Service, go wherever it is that we get it, go get it. It's there in black and white. It's a legislation led by him. It's a group of people led by him. It's him find the man them to buy off the poor people property. Bankrupt poor people in this country over 40,000 was it? Over 40,000 middle class and poor people in this country lost their property and their money and their investment because of the system that Mark Golding set up. He can't run from it. It's there. He simply can't run from it no matter how far him run. He will never be able to outrun it. He did it. It is there. Nobody not tell a lie upon him. Nobody not fabricate nothing upon him. He did it. Which is one of the reasons why they went against Peter Phillips so hard, because Peter Phillips said, he's not going to look into it. Peter Phillips made a cardinal mistake of announcing those things. Him going to look into it, how we can make some kind of amends to the 40,000 Jamaicans who lost their houses and their lands as a result of this thing that Mark Golding created to help the rich people to recoup their losses from the banks and the failure of the financial institutions. Or whatever it is, cause it. You don't want to talk like me know me talk about those things. I mean, I don't really know me talk about those things. So he collected a commission from the people that they sold the debts to, and he collected a commission from the government. We don't know how much that commission was from the people that he sold the debt to, but we know how much the commission is. Well, no, we don't. We don't know. It's a guess we make with the commission. We don't know. And with the Financ thing, we're only going to talk about what we know to be true. And that is what he did. He can't escape from it. Out of that deal, him himself get a piece of land out of Portland out of that deal. Bunting get a whole heap of land, which him a build all kind of things for now. Out of those deals. That's the night for him. So that's Katie, I want him to know that. Do you know that, Katie? Do you have any idea about that? He can't escape the Financ thing. It's him do it. Him alone. It's him come up with the idea. It's him put the legislation together. It was all he's doing. You can't run from that. You can't get up out of parliament and walk out, but you still can't run from that. Huh? Let's move on because we're getting late. Something strange happened again when it reached the budget debate. We have a system of how we have a ceremonial open of parliament. Everybody come to them pretty close. Everybody, some look good, some don't look good. Everybody look good this year except Angela Brownberg. She'd have on her witch outfit. And she never look good. Everybody else look good. You have a ceremonial opening of parliament. One set of come from up Duke Street, the other set of come from down Duke Street. Everybody meet at the middle. The PNP people are met nice, the GLP people are met nice. Everybody looks spiffy. Everybody walk going to the parliament. The Governor General give the throne speech and everything. It's called a budget debate. A budget debate. The leader of King Charles III opposition went to the ceremonial opening of parliament in pink shirt, in red tie, or was it red shirt and pink tie, whatever, him looking quite good at that. It's called a budget debate. And he went. He led the PNP, 14 members of parliament and 8 senators, and he led them in there. And he participated in the ceremonial opening of the parliament that is leading up to a budget debate. The Minister of Finance, Ms. Favour, come and she gave an outline to the country, how much money we have, what we're going to do with it, all of that kind of thing. Then the opposition spokesperson would come on and him give. A little over 180,000 Jamaicans watched the Minister of Finance in our maiden presentation as our first female finance minister. I don't think I have that figure right. A little over 206,000. Sorry. A little over 206,000. 206,000 plus. Jamaicans tuned in to Minister Favour Williams' maiden presentation as our first female Minister of Finance. Over 300,000 Jamaicans tune in to the Prime Minister's presentation in Parliament. Well over 300,000 tune in. I'm talking about the day, the live. By the time you add up all who watch it afterwards, a good 600,000 Jamaicans would eventually listen to the Prime Minister's budget presentation. A little over 55,000 to 60,000 people tune in to the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding's presentation. And then the opposition leader, when him got beat, so let's beat him like a drum, and then him retreat, and his defense in retreating is saying, I didn't come to debate. I didn't go to a budget debate. And I can't even begin to tell you what an astounding statement that was to come from the leader of the opposition who participated in the ceremonial opening of Parliament and went to the Parliament and gave a speech and said it wasn't a debate. You know, a debate, two sides. A man there says some crap, then you say some crap. Meanwhile, the man says some crap, you are stop him and throw some crap. When you are chat some crap, he must stop you and throw some crap, and crap a fly across the board all the time. It is a debate. And because He never got to a debate. He became the first leader of the opposition who had to go to parliament and present a program and plans and talk about the money to pay for it, which no other opposition leader ever had to do, because it's a budget debate. An opposition leader, you go in there, you listen to what the minister say, you listen to the and you say what you have to say, and you talk some things, and you lick down some things, and you chat some crap about something. Him going there to present plans and programs after now talk about how I'm going to pay for it, because he was not in a debate. And you sit down there talk about next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Next what? Next what? Prime Minister of Jamaica? That's not a title. That's not a title. The man said wasn't in a debate. Him go give a speech. I wonder why my left eye jumping. But that's what he did. I only sit down there talk about the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. And I don't even know what to make of that, because that does sound totally ridiculous to me. But a fool man, him wanna say, who don't want to lead to be, next Prime Minister of Jamaica. But him never do that. Him go in there and him present a whole bag of things to the Jamaican people. All kind of things that will never, ever see the light of day. And then him have to spend time to tell us where I get the money from to pay for them whole for something there that will never see the light of day. Because he wasn't in a debate. He was not in a debate. Mr. Oldis will talk about Financ and him get up and run like a thief. Run! Time can't debate. Because he don't know what a debate is about. Him go for give a speech and never come for debate. I want to sit down with him and accepting that. And Uno want to lead people. Uno want to lead him and lead Uno. And the pig, we are playing in the mud. And Uno line up doors to tell them to the Jamaican people, say, oh yeah, these are the people to lead this country. Yeah, man. The pig in the mud. Him, a lead, and Mark, who's not one of us, who not come from here, not born here, Mark in our language, him who don't want to lead this country. And they need to take stock of this, Jamaican people. Then there is the part of I do not know. Somebody need to help me, because I believe something is truly psychologically wrong with this man. Throughout the entire budget debate, which he was not at, because he's not debating, so he was absent from the budget debate, but he made dead at the day when Mr. Oldis attack and Mr. Oldis lick him down and get up and take up his marbles and start ball and gone. All this time, the man wears his British tie to the parliament. What? Where's your no KD? Mark Origin and Mark Burke, tell us, man. We don't want to take you on tonight, KD, but tell us, throughout the entire budget debate, which he never attended because he's not debating, he wear in British tie. A nod to my masters. See? I want the tie. I'm still with you guys. Don't worry. I got this. Don't worry about me. And you know talk. Don't say me about the tie here. I wear the tie. Yeah, mama, still there. See me? Not the tie. A nod to his masters. A Britain I come from. Come and tie. And look a thing in my pocket and come and tie the next day and the next day. Don't worry, Mr. Starmer. King Charles, don't worry, sir. About my tie. I'm still British. I'm very British. The tie. And nobody to tell this man, don't wear that. Nobody. And him not care. Not to do him. Him just a care. Can't think we are idiots. And some people are telling him, I'm going to win. So, therefore, if you do all of that, and people are telling you you're going to win, why stop? Why? Don't want to stop. Just do it. But I thought I could start with 2 British tie now. Maybe if I start with 2 British tie, a British hat, a British watch, could wear a British shirt too. A British jacket, but could start with some British looking, clothes. Go wear some of them the way David Beckham wear, you know. Them there. Tweed jacket and some charcoal pants and khaki shirt and all that kind of thing. Make we look British now. Next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Why not? Then if you have some whole for black people down here who are the descendants of the slaves that Mark Golding people owned, and I tell him say I'm going to be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, and he continue to wear British style in our Jamaican Parliament, why not? Why not? Wear it. Why not? Because the whole of them are dopey. The whole of them stupid. These are the people that are proposing to elect to lead this country. Why don't we not get it yet in our head? What this man is and who this man is. KD might know his origin and his birth, but KD probably can't even talk about it. He might know. But if KD open his mouth and talk about it, he might have to talk the truth. And I suspect that when KD said know it, he might come whitewash the truth. But we're not taking KD on because KD not feeling well. So we're not quarrel with KD and beat up KD. Man wear him tie. And then there's a matter of his renunciation of his British citizenship. And I mean, when you talk about this British man, a resident alien in our country, know that the whole of them are idiot. You have some bloggers who are idiot. Them don't know them bedded from them bedfoot. And everybody, all of them lined up behind him. Next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Next Prime Minister of Jamaica. The man saying put in him renunciation papers. I want you to follow me. This is not a quarrel. It's a simple conversation that I want you to just follow me with. And if you believe that there's something wrong that I'm saying about all of this, then correct me. Please. Him renunciate him thing. So him say. And him getting papers. Him say. To prove that him renunciate. And you have a good chunk of people in this country who took it as he said it. And accept it as he said it to be gospel. But you do ask yourself simple ABC question. He went on the Uber channel and he must show papers saying renunciate. Simple question, just ask him this. Why not? All the papers then, give them to Matalan, make him print them in newspaper, make the whole house see them. Why not? Why go on the Uber channel with some piece of paper and yes, and hide the part there and show the part here and bend under the part here, hide the little part here, put my finger up and see there? Yeah, like that. See there like that. I renunciate. And you, the people who are following about next Prime Minister of Jamaica, you don't say to him, say, if you renunciate and you get the paper, give Matalan the paper and Matalan print the paper in a big newspaper. Give it. But you can't. Can you, Marky G? You cannot. You can't put it out there because you can just go on the over channel and show some little part of it. You can't show it up. Put that paper. If you have renounced your British citizenship and they have written back to you to say it is done, here you are, going to be full citizen of Jamaica, you now get it back. Show it. Show it. So when him do that and everybody will come about argument done. You know hear that or something? What is that damn ass? Which argument done? Argument done on a little puny mind, on a sick little... Listen, what is that about? Argument done? How the argument for done? The argument just start. We don't see it. Show it. Because if him show it and it legit, we have nothing else to say about it. Why would I have anything to say if it legit? Show it, man. Stop taking black people for idiot. And the black people will follow behind him. Only one can stay there be idiot. Stop trying to make us be idiots too. Because we're not. Only one be the idiots, man. Who don't want to say, yeah, argument done. Because we don't get a little money a month time. So the argument done. So you have to send it to collect your money. Can't relate to that. But don't try to convince us all that yes, him renounce. What we do is see the paper. Show with the paper. Give Matal on it. Let Matal on print it. Because we know that even if they grant him the renunciate, him renunciate and him get a paper to say, yeah, he would have to get a letter from them to say, we have expedited the matter. You can now seek citizenship in the country of your choice. And let's say him seek citizenship in Jamaica. That letter that they will send him will also say to him, the letter that they will send him will also say, within the next 6 months, this is valid until the next 6 months, which means that him have up to 6 months to change his mind. So he can get the renunciation paper, you know. But the letter, which he will always say, will always also say that this renunciation has a 6-month trial period. I don't know if it's trial, the word is trial, it's just me using that. But there's a period. We give it to you. Here, take it. See the paper here. And the paper also says that if within the next 6 months you change your mind, all you have to do is sign down this and send it back to me. Show it, man. The argument just begin. The argument not done yet. And uno idiots out there, una Jamaican, una black people picnic, una slave owners, this and what wrong with you? What wrong with you? Uno support for this man have led you all to be cobwebbed into believing everything him telling you. Uno live in this whole slavery thing all over again. Yes, massa, sir. Yes, massa. Okay, massa. Massa sick? You come on. Oh, massa, good morning. We sick today, massa? We sick? Massa sick not you, but we sick? Oh, massa. Massa ain't hurt you? We ain't hurt you today, massa. What do you say? It's the same dance you're doing. It's the same dance. There's nothing new. You're just doing it with TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. But it's the same dance. You have a little bit more freedom. But it's the same dance. We have telling you something, I don't believe him. We tell you something, I don't believe him. And he don't feel that he has any obligation to us to say, to show us, to print it, to make it go in print. He don't feel him have any obligation to us. He don't owe us damn nothing. That is basically what I'm saying to him, I don't own crap. Don't ask me nothing. Me say me renounce, and that me say, me show the 2 pieces of paper, me hide the part there, me cover one part of my finger, hide that. Nobody wanna ask me nothing. And the whole on the bite. Lock, stock and barrel out the bite. Nothing left to be said. Argument done. You don't know how damn stupid you sound? Huh? You don't look like clowns over there. That's about argument done. But then the person who said him is a clown. Him is a bona fide clown. Lick him all over the place. Clown. Buffoon, jackass is the whole owner. Over there come talk about argument done. We don't see it yet. We're not making things difficult. We are not difficult. I am not difficult. I'm saying, show it to me if it is what it is. When we are talking about if it is what it is. Show it to us. Matalan print it. I don't buy Matalan paper. I barely read anything that come on the Facebook these days, coming never like them. But, show us. If it is, as you say it is, there's not a damn thing that we can do about it. I mean, we can always shut up our mouth. We can about it. You do it. But you don't do it. You don't do nothing. But you know you can get away with it. Because you have a set of people in this country who allow you to get away with it. And when I talk about a set of people, I mean the one, I mean the PNP, who allow you to do it and get away with it. And them hoping and praying that this election will come soon. And them hoping and praying that you will lose. What about hope and pray that you will lose? The whole of them. So they don't want to take this on. Don't want to show it. Let him go and hide it. And it goes on. And on. And on. Now before I go into the resistance tour, which is the final thing I'm going to deal with the resistance tour, Northeast St. Elizabeth, and Central Kingston. Let me take a breather. The next thing I'm going to talk about is going to raise some eyebrows. And I have thought long and hard about whether I should talk about it, yes or no. But I believe that this politics, it is toxic, and it creates divisions and illusions about stuff. But this what I'm going to talk about right now is something else. And it is basically going where no man has ever gone before. There is such a thing, or where no woman has ever gone before. The other day, I saw a video with the Prime Minister officially opening a building for Mr. Kenneth Black. Most people know him as Ken. And the Prime Minister went to Mandeville and do an official opening, ribbon cutting of the opening of the building, the official opening of the building. Now, under normal circumstances, this is not anything that I would want to talk about at all. But these are not normal circumstances, and these are not normal times. I am who I am. And I believe that if you're going to say something, or if you're going to do something, and you set up a process, or you adapt within yourself a certain part of you that is going to say, this is what I'm going to do. And you adapt your own process of integrity and your own process of decency and separating right from wrong and your own process of hypocrisy. Now, is that a strange thing that the Prime Minister would go on to cut the ribbon and give an opening presentation of this building for Mr. Black? Indeed, the Prime Minister was the one who also broke ground, I believe, for the building that he went and now opened. Now, why I find this so disturbing that I have to talk about it tonight. And I don't war with nobody. And I beat up Skeng. I don't quarrel with Skeng about anything except this one little thing. This one little thing. And it bothers me because it affects me so badly. That's why it bothers me. And I'm going to talk about it the best way I know how, in a more, I don't know, I have a lot of respect for Skeng. I don't have to bend over backward to say that I respect Skeng. There was a time when Skeng never really support Mark Golding. And when we and him used to talk to quite a few of us. In those conversations, he has never said he hate Mark Golding or he may have nothing with Mark Golding. We just know that he's not supporting Mark Golding. And we accept that. And we figure that a number of people who were talking to us never really support Mark Golding either. A number of men of Skeng's stature never really support him either. And then, one day, the whole thing changed. And a lot of people start to support Mark Golding. And in so doing, they also started to call us and talk to us. But let me not say us, let me say me. Let me keep this down to me. Little before the local government elections, a whole host of people calling me and say I must come on board now. Time to stop the foolishness now. People from Dubai to Thailand, from California to Montana, people calling. Some making promises that I know them can't fulfill. Some saying things that I know they will never ever live up to. But a whole heap of people. Man and man. Man and man from long time, man and man from whenever. And they call. Boy, Karen, I could put the thing behind, I could support this thing and no one. Some of them would go as far as saying, yeah, Mark is not the ideal man. None of them ever said that them hate him or them not like him. None of them. If it's not the ideal man right now, and we know you feel and we understand the whole thing, but I could put the thing behind me. And my answer was always the same thing. I can't do that. Those are always my words. I just can't. I can't do it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, ever asked me why. Whenever I say, I can't do it. I can't come out there, come support Mark Golding. I can't in all good conscience support him. None of them ever asked me why. Because it was never about me, or it was never about the PNP, it was always about them. And them all like a personal power and whatever it is that them are hungry for. But here was this time, when all of a sudden, Skeng called one day and said to me, say, boy Karen, we've got to get the thing together now, we could support the thing now, and everybody must come together, man. You and Michelle and Natalie and everybody must now come together. We are go there. But we must support. Me say, support what? Oh, Mark? Yeah, man. We've got to support Mark now, man, and get the thing going and all the rest of it. And in all honesty, I sat here and I listened to him. And I said, I hear you. Didn't say anything, didn't make any commitment. I just said, I hear you. And I thought about it for a long while. Then I sent him a message to explain to him in detail why I can't do that. I can't do it now. I will never be able to do it. And I explained it to him why not. From that day on, him not deal with me. And as I said, let me just say me. It's not all away but me, not about me. Not deal with me from then on. Him said that he can't deal with me because me not say when me want me to say, and me not do when want me to do. He said that. I can't deal with you because me I say one thing and you I say next thing. And that sound to me like, you say, if I follow you and do what you feel do, and me not doing that. So me not doing that. Why am I bringing this up? I am bringing this up because in an election year, the Prime Minister of Jamaica was invited by Mr. Black to come to the grand opening of a building. Chamber of Commerce, all kind of bigwig down there. And the Prime Minister went, and I saw the video. But I look at the video, and it came to me in a very stark way. I carry feelings so we not deal with we because we not support Mark. But when you look at this video, please may not look like him supporting Mark either. Because this is an election year. And him having an opening of a building. And him invite the Prime Minister, and there's a whole host of bigwigs who for him leader, who him a support, and not chat to him because we not support him. And him never invite him leader. It was astounding to me to look at the video. It's not a normal year, where it's going to open a building. It's an election year where if you support a man, you're going to give him as much publicity as you possibly can. No, sir. Tell people to disagree with me. Me understand. You disagree with me? If you're going to support a man, election year, every opportunity you get, to give him an highlight and give him a big up and give him a high five, you do it. But you didn't invite him in an election year. And you vex with me, coming and support him, but you not invite him to your thing. And the hypocrisy of it all just really gnaw at me in no uncertain way. It gnaws at me. Not defending back. That means with him back. You can never ever invite him to nothing. It's the hypocrisy of it all. That you say, we are united by CFA because you are defending him, and we not defend him, so we are united again. But you never invite him to your thing couple months before election. So you can get to mingle with them people there who probably never even see him up front yet or have a conversation with yet. And the hypocrisy of it gnaws at me in no uncertain terms. I mean, quarrel with a man about whatever stance him take. But he quarrel with me for the stance that I take. Only to discover that your support for him is also artificial. And you have a big opening of a building, whole heap of people there, and you don't invite your leader in an election year. It's not a normal year, no? A couple months before election. But any man, any GLP person would be having a opening like that if Mr. Olis was the opposition leader. They would invite him. If you never invite him, but you quarrel with me and are vexed with me because I say, me nah support him. There is no condition under which I would. None at all. No condition exists under which I would at any point take up myself and say, I'm going to support Mark Golding to be Prime Minister of Jamaica. No such condition will ever exist. But you support him, or so you say. And you vex with the whole away because we are beat bad mind out of him day and night. I find it distasteful and hypocritical, and I just couldn't make it go unnoticed. Not at all. Not when you berate me so much about it, and then you only half-heartedly maybe little bit supporting him. I can't even begin to imagine that. As a political, that's an election year. Every dog race, you have to invite the man where you support to. If you have some influence in a dog race, you invite him to come down there. Every cockfight, you don't have a cockfight, you come out and place by about 20 men over there. Make you meet them at the man and see you. You never invite him. The hypocrisy, you invite, of course you invite the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is a shiny object. The Prime Minister is the one that's going to get the attention. But you don't even send a little bit of attention to the side of the man who you say you support, and berate me for not supporting. As if you think I'm your child or I'm some kind of little girl that you must berate because I'm not supporting when I say what you are saying. I will never say what you are saying as related to that. Not ever. Ever, ever. That there's no universe that exists where that could be. Yes, there were quite a few people who were not supporting Mark Golding and was over this side, and then they went and supported him. You're right. It is your right to do as you please if you feel that is so. Me know say the whole I do have that a clue. You never belong over here in the first place because you have no principle on which you stand. You never know why. You was here. You never know why. You never support him either. Maybe you just hate him. Maybe the thing was a hate thing and now they like him. I don't hate him. I've never hated him. I just not supported him. And none of you have ever understood what we do over here, so I don't even think that half hour will leave and so they go and join and support the party. Understood what the hell I was doing over here in the first place, except follow away and say some little things. No retreat, no surrender. No retreat, no surrender. Me now back down. Me not support him. The Jamaican people should not vote for him. It's their choice. We can't tell them what to do. But I'm going to do my part for as long as I breathe to impress upon the Jamaican, the good Jamaican people, that it would be a colossal mistake for you to elect these people to lead this country. It would be a mistake from which you will not recover. Up to today, I tell somebody, don't worry about America. Somebody who just came from the States and called me and tell me some of the things that we are going. And I said the only thing you have to do is tell the Canadians them to come to Jamaica. Come on, the whole I want to put up on the Facebook page, on the Instagram page. Tell the Canadians them to come to Jamaica. Don't worry about America. America, if it is God's intention to humble America, then God will do so. But if it is the people of America who voted for Trump to make America great again, standing by itself singularly, and the rest of the world over there so a struggle by themselves, then it might work out that the rest of the world might finally find themselves to be independent people. It might turn out that all of this is necessary for the rest of the world to come together among themselves and stop looking upon America as a great white hope. But America will be fine. America will be fine. There's nothing to worry about with America. I'm confident America will be fine. No matter what happens, America will be fine. I'm confident Jamaica will be fine too. But not under the leadership of Mark Golding as Prime Minister. And so, it will never happen. Not ever. But I couldn't let it slide because of the hypocrisy of it all. And we can't stand the hypocrisy of it all. Be true to yourself. Be true to what you believe in. And stick with that. Win, lose, or draw. Do or die. Me? I'm the captain of my own ship. My ship a sink. Me a go down with it. Me not jump. Me a stay with it. So because Uno have many things to lose, probably one of it is that Uno think Uno have to lose, I have zero to lose. Except the little integrity and the little honesty that I have managed to carve back into my life after a very chaotic young life. I'm not giving that up. It is comforting. It is divine. I'm not giving it up. And I thought that I needed to say that because we can't consider ourselves that we think so we can just all and pull people and use people. And the people now follow what we do and what we say. We can't just go out and do all kind of things. It's your man, it's your leader. You could in the election here, you don't invite him to your thing. I am feeling comforted by that. The hypocrisy of it all, but I am comforted by it. To see it. Because at some point, without a shadow of a doubt, the goodness and grace of God will always show us what we need to see. It can't hide for long. It will always manifest itself. Because that's just the natural order of things. And that is all I have to say about that. So that's it. Final item on the agenda, the Resistance Tour. Alright, let me take a sip of water because this requires water. So we journey on down to Northeast St. Elizabeth to go see Wagwan. And we decided we're going to Braze River first. Particularly because we want to see Roger and we know him up there. And we each had a conversation with Roger. Why? Princess went on and on and on to Roger. She went on and complained to Roger about all the bad things that has happened to his party. And I swear to God, when I tell this, I swear to God, there was a change in the atmosphere in that discussion with Roger. Princess talked to him, I talked to him. I don't know what the hell Michelle she was saying to Roger. Something logical, I would imagine. Me and Princess was all emotional. in talking to Roger Clark. And I swear to you, something moves in the air. Just having that discussion, honest and open discussion, knowing that Roger listened to it. Just tell him where I go on. Tell him what happened to him party. We did. And the message was clear from Roger. The message was crystal clear from Roger. How many I never hear Roger said, not a ras. So my ending with Roger was, so as a result of that, Roger, when I support him, when I back him up over the PNP to rule, what you think? What you think? You think we should have backed him up? You think we should really go in there and join with them because we will be right over to do that? I hear Roger, not a ras. Loud and clear. I kid you not. This is not the first experience I've had with that kind of thing. But that is that. Northeast St. Elizabeth. We went to Braze River. And boy, that was 3 hours of, boy, I'm telling you. Alan, I know you're watching. I don't know if my Jamaican man, I don't know if he's watching, but I know you're watching, Alan. That, let me just start from here, so when it comes to Northeast St. Elizabeth. At the end of every discussion, in every stop that we made, I asked one question of the most political of the people that we're talking to. Some are very political, some not so political. But the ones that were deep in the politics. Alan and him crew and them people there, them are PNP, authentic PNP. All of them. I support them party. I don't think them so fully confident about it now after we raise some issues with them, because part of our tour is always not to tell people not to love and support them party, but to raise issues that they need to think about. And we have always been successful in raising those issues. And that's basically the long and short of what the tour is about. Not only to listen to PNP people, to give them information and get them to ask us questions about that information. And get them to think about it. It's always priceless to look at them face when them digest it. And belief starts spread over them face when them tell you, you know, somebody hear somebody say something, or you know, somebody see that something there, and you know, some way I say, I true because me that look upon that. You get, just give the information to them and make them, they will get it. Them always get it. Went to Braze River, we went to Bogues, we went to Shiloh, and finally, we went to Goshen. We were hoping to see we were hoping to link up Mr. Holness' father, but fellas them saying they damp on the road, them never come back yet. And it was already after 5. So we never get to wait, because we're truly hoping to link up Mr. Holness' father, because he's down at Goshen. And the conversations were heated and hot with the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth. But there are a couple of things that came out of those discussions. All of them. Just a couple of things come out of the discussion when you combine them all together. And a couple of things are this. Mr. Slowly come from down here. Mr. Slowly at work. Mr. Slowly help everybody. Mr. Slowly the business what party you come from. Him a work. Him a do things. And this comes from PNP people. Not just ordinary PNP people, but well involved PNP people. One young lady, and I'm not going to pinpoint where she come from because I'm not going to know she. What she said in front of everybody, the young lady in the latter shop. She said, Mr. Slowly help me back to school. I said, did he ask if you have PNP? No, you have PNP. She said, I don't know. She said, I don't know. But then the other young lady said, him not care who you be. If you ask him for help, you'll get that help. Him build the bus stop up a Bogue, so that people them can stop. The rain or fall and taxi can, people can, whatever, them build the bus stop for. Him fix the road. Him fix the road that has never been fixed since independence. And that's the road where Roger Clark's wife live on. Him fix it. Every PNP person of worth or note tells us that Mr. Slowly our work. There isn't one. He might do things. Some of the PNP man them say, one of the PNP man them want to say him stand up for Michelle. He was saying that, who don't know what going man? You see, who of PNP people got vote for Mr. Slowly? Who don't know what going? Who don't see where going? Of course, the man them are dismissing. I am not dismissing him. I'm not dismissing him because right around the parish, you get that. I come out of the car in Shiloh and there's just one man sitting down on one pizza. I'm going to go to him. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to tell him who he is and all the rest of it. And I asked him the same question that I asked everybody else. If the election is to be called today or tomorrow morning and you have $500, if you're a betting man and you have $500 to bet, who would you place your money on? Everybody said Mr. Slowly. Everybody. That is no joke. We have not met one Labourite who's against Mr. Slowly, and we have not met one PNP who's against Mr. Slowly. That is not to say that hardcore PNP is going to vote for Mr. Slowly. I'm just telling you what the overall narrative is. Mr. Slowly is liked, he's visible, he don't care why you be and who you vote for, he might help. That's what everybody says. Now, some PNP people have problem with Jess. And the problems are numerous and different and diverse, and some of them even stupid. Some of them don't make sense, but they have a problem. The one problem that keeps coming up with all the PNP people is about the people that Jess walks with. And I asked the question of the shopkeeper, Dana, I hope you're listening. I asked Dana, and I asked the other PNP girl, there's a PNP girl sitting there. So Jess can't get her for vote for her because Jess a user. Jess a for get 50,000 for vote for her. Jess a user. Just use people. And we hear that a lot throughout the constituency. Said Jess a user, she use people and blah blah. We hear that a lot. But Dana says that the people were just a walk up and down with. I said, what's wrong with the people? Because every MP, every candidate have people, everybody, you know. Some people like some people like the people, but them people, they're for them people, and them people, they're effective. You man jump up effective, then the people that can't talk to nobody. Then the people can't get nobody to go vote. Now, me know that kind of thing. I do. I know. You have candidates that walk up and down with people who are just loud and not, nobody don't like them, then can't go to nobody's yard, but they walk up and down with the candidate. Which is the only thing that they are good for, walking up and down with the candidate. But if the candidate send them go talk to two voters, them can't get up those voters. And that is what the people them say about that. So, if an election is to be called today, and everybody have $500 bet to put on, that bet would be on Mr. Slowly. However, there's one thing to consider. The PNP by PD still have at least 1,800 more votes, registered voters, than the JLP. The flip side of that is that Mr. Slowly was also a PNP. It is a very, very, very close race down in Northeast St. Elizabeth. And it's going to be close right down to the wire. For the mere fact that so many PNP people see Mr. Slowly in such a positive light. There are those who see him in a positive light but will not vote for him. There are those who see him in a positive light and say they don't make up their mind yet. And them they worry me. Them that the one that should worry Jess. Don't worry me. Those should worry Jess. The people who think that Jess uses people, I don't know why. It's not the first I hear in that argument that Jess uses people. I don't know what I mean by it, but no, nobody cares to elaborate on what that is. But that is what we found to be in Northeast St. Elizabeth. There's much more I'm going to ask Michelle in our next video to say a few more things regarding Northeast St. Elizabeth. But it's going to be very close down there. Very close. And we intend to follow up. We made some promises that we intend to keep and follow up on some things. On Saturday morning, I decided to go in a central Kingston. Go see what I'm going. Now, when I'm visiting any constituents in the corporate area, we will not post pictures because nobody's going to take a picture with me. And I'm not going to ask them to. We only take picture at the beach and the seaside because people want to talk. Kerry, I know you're watching, my darling. I already told you that tonight is dedicated to you, and all I want to do is please you tonight. You and Katisha and Sheena and Sheba. So, want to please her. There are some things in central Kingston that is, I don't know if Mr. McGregor or the regional organization in PNP understand this. I don't know if the organization, the JLP, understand some things as well. So we're going to start first with Mr. Williams, the sitting member of Parliament, who many people believe and says only does things for labor rights. He may do nothing for no PNP. He may make it clear say him now do nothing for PNP. This is a report we get that he may do nothing for PNP, he may do things for JLP people. And there are some who say that he's a little ill-mannered. I don't know where them get that from. I don't find that, but that's what them say. For them constituency, you can't tell them to lie them at tell. I had thought that Lawrence Rowe influence in the constituency is dying. It still is, but him still have people that support him. That saying Ray and Tay and them now do this and them now do that. There's a whole host of people in central Kingston who are not Mr. McGregor kind of police. Just that. Nothing else. Nothing else. My police and I'm not with the police. And I'm used to this and used to that. I vote for the police. Son, no, I vote for the police. I'm not vote, Come in, I vote for the police. So there's that. There's a general argument that him believe that Central Kingston was owed to him and him get it and a badness of challenge him and I feel it now and him going around and tell people say I am the candidate and everybody must just now come on board and people is finding it very offensive. That's what they tell us. There are some strong PNP people, maybe even people who are part of the leadership of the constituency that feels that they may think him deserve it. And him is undeserving of the honor of running for MP. And the general attitude of the PNP people in central Kingston, those that we spoke to, is basically the level of enthusiasm is not great in central Kingston. It's not. It's not great for the PNP candidate. The level of enthusiasm for the JLP candidate is still very high among the JLP people. But the JLP, the member of parliament, right now don't seem to be able to break any barriers outside of his base because them saying don't do nothing for nobody over the next side and all the rest of it. So that there's so much more to central Kingston that I don't want to say yet because I need to verify a couple of things. And I have to verify some things, some serious things that needs verification before I say it. But I promise you, as soon as I verify some things, I will get back to you on that. I want to close. That is the final item on the agenda. But as usual, I want to close with a few words about the curse of the incumbency. because that still continues now as we speak, that incumbent governments across the world still losing. And if you need any reminder about how effective that people don't vote for people, people vote against people, people vote against stuff, against somebody, against something, and against everybody that them believe is against them or not, or don't support something that them support. People vote against people. And yes, I hear the Prime Minister said the other day that voting is an emotional act. But I'd like to all agree with the Prime Minister, but to say to him, in equal parts, voting is an emotional act, but it is also an intellectual act. And I'd like to give an example of what I mean when I say voting is also an intellectual act as much as an emotional act. There was this young fellow who worked down by Lee's supermarket, used to pack bags. And I remember asking him if him register to vote. And him say, no, and him need the ID, he have him passport and him have him driver's license. So him not register to vote for nobody. And then he left the supermarket. He was telling me all along that he might look at next job somewhere and he might go to school and all the rest of it. And lo and behold, one day I went up to the bank, Kingston Spring Road. And there he was, in BNS, in his nice pants and shirt, looking like a banker, you know, working there. And he and I had a discussion outside, because he didn't want to talk to me about something that we had spoken about before. And then I asked him again now. I said, but you register to vote now? He said, yes, you know. Yeah, man, I'm register to vote now, you know. So I said, but you're going to vote now? He said, yes, you know. Yeah, man, I need to vote now. I said, why? So why you change your mind? And he went on to tell me a number of things. One, he finished the course that he was doing. And in the course, they were talking about your civil duty and voting. I never asked him what course he did, but he said what they were talking about that. And the next thing, why he said he's now going to vote, is that the person who's running in the constituency that he lives came by his road and a group of them was standing there and the person was talking and the person was saying to them that I am not like all other politicians. I don't have a word for education, but I love people and I want to vote. I want people to trust me and I'm asking you to trust me. Now when he said to me, tears almost come to my eyes. Because here is the fact that voting is an emotional act, and here's a young fellow giving you an intellectual argument as to why I'm not going to vote. So it's in equal parts intellectual and emotional act as well. Politicians must stop underestimate the second part of that equal part. The emotional part of voting, yes, but there's also the intellectual part. We must stop underestimating that intellectual part, because everybody have a conversation and an argument as to why they should or why they should not. And that argument has graduated from them not do nothing for nobody or middle like none of them or all of them are thief. It has graduated from that to arguments like, boy, I don't know, you know, because you see the farmers them up the end there, then the man that did get a hold for something from the man that was here before, and it make everybody feel like them is an equal part of the thing, and it may give that person some. Those are intellectual conversations. That is not emotions. That there's nothing emotional about that. Somebody trying to explain to you that the man that was there before actually helped, and how him talk to them, and people beginning now to look past the fact that who are them a thief and them not do nothing for nobody. So we need to stop underestimate people's intellect in terms of how they are going to cast a vote and speak to people in that same manner in which that you come in as a politician, you probably went to law school and coming to talk to people. Yeah, man, what man like a Mark do, that underestimating of people's intelligence and people's ability to argue about it. If you hear them man then embrace out how them talk, you see, man. If you ever hear how the man them talk in Braze River, the man and the Rasta man will say Mr. Ela, Kojo up in Shiloh. If you ever hear how them man they talk, there's nothing emotional about whether they're going to vote or not. There is a discussion, an intellectual discussion that has to do with pros and cons of different things. And every politician better start identifying with that. As somebody going to lose and somebody going to get the shitty end as a stick. And I'm in that. There is still the matter of Greenland that bother me, and we still are looking into it. But just to make the point about the curse of the incumbency again, here is it. Last week, Tuesday, there were 3 special elections. One in Wisconsin to elect a Supreme Court judge on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. And those things are elections, which I believe that people at places like Jamaica must start look into those things when we get our own thing going. And there were 2 seats in Florida. Where 2 seats come from in Florida again? I think it's supposed to be 1 with Matt Gaetz, but there were 2 seats. The first congressional district and the 6th congressional district. Now in 2024, Matt Gaetz won his seat by about 30 points. And the other guy won his maybe by about the next 20 something points. I want to get back. The Democrats didn't win those 2 seats. But in one district, they gained 17 more percentage points. And the other one, they gained 14 more percentage points. Now, you could call that a win in every sense of the word. In other words, they lost it by 24 in less than a couple of months. They won it, they lost it by 10. And they lost it by 27, and in the next couple of months they lost it by 10. The curse continues of the incumbency. Then there's Wisconsin, which Kamala Harris lost by less than 30,000 votes. Kamala Harris lost Wisconsin by about 29,800 votes. Less than a percentage, less than 1 percentage point she lost Wisconsin by. This woman, this progressive woman that won the seat and the Supreme Court judge, she won Wisconsin, won the seat on the Supreme Court by over 130,000 votes. You listen to me? 4 months later, Kamala Harris lost it by a little less than 30,000 votes, less than 1 percentage point. And 4 months later, a left-wing woman who is far more left than Kamala Harris won a Supreme Court seat by 131,000 votes. Less than 4 months. Curse of the incumbency continues. The very conservative Wall Street Journal wrote last week Wednesday morning after this win in Wisconsin and the gains in Florida. The headline was, "The MAGA backlash has begun." But that's just headline. The meat of the piece in the Wall Street Journal as the editorial was that once again the curse of the incumbency is rearing its head, and it starts early. I cannot stress this enough, that our politicians need to start reassessing how they talk to people and how they deal with voters, and stop believing that everything is the same or same old. It is not. People, voters are far more sophisticated than you think they are. Some of the people down at Northeast, St. Elizabeth, we ask them a question, you don't like how Mark Golding talk when they try to talk Jamaican? No, sir. I might let them sit the man and talk normal, man. The man not talk normal, man. People, voters are more sophisticated now. Not the same old, not going to work. And so, people have to understand that. On the last live, a viewer, a subscriber, suggested to me that I should recommend a book and a movie to watch at the end of each live. And when she said it, pardon me, I thought about how our children are not as cultured as we would want them to be. I have a whole host of literature books, school literature books. And I can tell you, The Wooing of Beppo Tate, My Father, Son Johnson, 65, Peter of Mount Ifred, Overway. These books are written by Caribbean writers. And our children are not reading literature books. And it is disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And we're going to talk about that another time, but not that today. So I'd like to recommend, since the viewer said I should recommend a book. If I'm going to recommend a book for somebody to read at the end of each live, and I don't know, we're not a reading country, I'll have to start with one of the best literature books that has ever been written. And it is the book written by F. Scott Fitzgerald called The Great Gatsby. I encourage you all, for those who like to read, start with this, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's a great book, and it's not hard to read, and it's not long. It's less than 200 pages, and that is what I'd like to recommend. If you want a good movie to watch to feel good this way, go and watch this movie called Radio. I mean, many of you probably watch it with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Ed Harris. Deborah Winger is in it, as well as Alfred Woodward. It's a good movie. It's about compassion and empathy and love and just not judging people by how they look or how they talk. But you know, it's a very nice movie to watch. It will help you. It will make your heart soar. So if there is nothing else, let me say thank you so much for joining me. That was an earful, a mouthful, a handful, a headful, whatever. Everybody all right? Everybody want me to answer anything? Let me check. So 2 minutes. Let me give it. How much time we go? My God, we've been here almost 3 hours. Archie's a member of my community. A lie. You say Archibald Gordon lives in Jewsland? Never mind, Annette. I know what you're talking about. But we're not going there. We're not troubling Archie yet, you know. I'm giving him a chance to revisit or do that. All right. Who is reporting my channel? I am screaming and lying. Did I scream? I'm sorry that I was screaming. Oh Jesus, loud and nasty. Is who that? Why you coming on my channel? Come call me old Ross woman and tell me I'm a bad man. Why is that? My Lord, that's not good. My God. My God. Why don't you come on here with all this nasty tonight? You know, like what we're talking. I like when you come on. I like when you come on. Come go on with that kind of antics. But, Michelle, is there anything I should be saying before I leave? Michelle, remember to... Alright, so, there's nothing else. So, let me once again big up the Dayton fishing village. Big up on a nice, clean fishing village self. All out. Kiba, Sheena, and all of you. Kerry, big up on yourself. God bless you. Thank you very much for the conversations. And very long and detailed and intellectual conversations. And I hope that you'll continue to be successful, all of you. So there you go, Miss Sheena, bigging up the Dayton fishing village. Go on over, people, go buy fish from Sheena and the Dayton people in the fishing village. Thank you all very much for joining me. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, and please do keep the children safe. Man, tell me that scream, but I don't know when was that? Was I screaming?